Hello, welcome to Game Chat 1, episode 149. Thank you for joining us. We're going to be talking about some gaming news and some tech news. This is following April Fools. So I apologize in advance if one of these is not true. But I tried to do my due diligence and say, hey, April Fools is a thing. Make sure you get stories that are not April Fools. And that's what I did. I was supposed to record this yesterday, but I decided not to because of that reason. But we're going to be talking about everything from new laws that are being passed to make sure you relax, to layoffs, Helldivers 2 news, and the like. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you do enjoy the content, make sure you click that subscribe button, click the like button, and all the other things. Comment, like, subscribe is what they say. Game Chat 1, episode 149. I always have to look up, make sure I got the right episode. Yeah, 149. 149. If you don't know what we're doing at Game Chat with Bwana, we talk about gaming news, but I've been throwing in some tech stuff that kind of relates to gaming, but not. It's kind of like a Tech Talk with Bwana, Game Chat with Bwana hybrid. Don't look at me like that. I could do it. I have a license to art. And art says I can put tech news in a gaming podcast. Watch me do it. Game Chat 1, episode 149 coming at you. And for our first story, we're going to talk about California. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going back to Cali, some other rap song, I can't remember. California introduces the right to disconnect bill that would allow employees to possibly relax. In current year, what? Possibly relax. This story is over at Engadget.com. They got the details. You can go check it out. I'll put the link in the show description. It follows the lead of countries like France and Spain, who passed similar legislation. There's little regulation in the United States to prevent employers, from forcing workers to be at their desk or on call at all hours, but that soon might change. That's definitely something I was a part of in the workforce. They would give you a pager, and it was a anchor. It was a giant beacon. It was a chain, a ball and chain. If they gave you a pager, I'm dating myself. Yes, I am dating myself. They gave you a pager. It wasn't even a phone. It wasn't something else. It was a pager, and it went beep, 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 beep. And when you heard that beep on a Saturday night, you just groaned. Oh, pretty much was what happened. But then it slowly progressed to being on call on the phone, being on call email, and then they got laptops, and all of a sudden you could check your email at home. Pretty soon, everybody was already working from home and the office in current year. So, California State Assemblyman Matt Haney has introduced AB 2751, a right to disconnect proposition. It's kind of sad we're here, man. If you just take a step back and just go, how did we get here? Says the bill is in its early stages, but if passed, would make every California employer lay out exactly what a person's hours are and ensure they aren't required to respond to work-related communications while off the clock. How did we get here? Exceptions would exist for emergencies, and they got to watch that, because people are going to play into that exception clause like crazy. The Department of Labor would monitor adherence and fine companies a minimum of $100 for wrongdoing. Gotta make that higher. Whether that's forcing employees to be on Zoom, their inbox, answering texts, or monitoring Slack when they're not getting paid to do so. $100 is a slap in the face. They really got to increase that. That's got to be $1,000 minimum. Or companies, they really got to go take it serious. If the emergency clauses and exception clauses and the fine is $100, they're not going to take it serious, and they're just going to keep doing what they're doing. HR is going to guilt people into not reporting this stuff, or they're not going to get a raise. They're not going to get promoted. They're not a team player. You know how they gaslight you in these companies. So, yeah, they got to make this bigger. Already the bill is going to fall flat if this is a minimum of $100. It needs to be a minimum of $1,000, maybe even more, to make these companies take it seriously. In 2017, France became the first nation to implement a right to disconnect, followed by Argentina, Ireland, Mexico, and Spain. So AB 2751, already I can see a problem with it, but they definitely are going in the right direction, because being with that ball and chain, that leash, that everything, being on call all the time ain't it. I don't care if you're getting paid salary or not. Listen, you off the clock, you off the clock. All right, when you go home, you decompress. Now, there is emergencies, especially if you work in production environments and you're on call, that kind of stuff. There's emergencies, but we all know that companies, they take advantage of that. And they're like, did you get my email? Like, no. Why didn't you respond? Okay, when did you send the email? Last night at 2 a.m. It's 8 a.m. today. What do you expect? You know, so they just expect you to always be on call, no matter what time or day it is, for stupid stuff. That's what we've gotten to, and I think that's why. That's one of the motivators behind this bill, is because things are being abused. Check it out over on Engadget.com. Oh, they got the details over there about California introducing the right to disconnect bill that needs to be improved from $100 to a lot higher than that. Check it out. Oh no! Oh no! Discord starts. Discord how you gonna Discord starts down the dangerous road of ads this week. Story comes by way of arstechnica.com. They got the details. Discord is a very popular community-based site, which used to be for gamers, but it's kind of taken over the internet. Like, people even use it for dev projects and corporate stuff, and just forums and general communities, not just gaming, like everything. And it's really shaken up the industry. It started as a startup 2014, 2015 for gamers, but it took like the formula of Slack, if you're familiar with the Slack messaging app, and it took that formula and it tailored it around games. So you had voice chat, you had channels, and you had close tie-ins to games and see what people are playing and share that information with people and possibly even join people in games as you chat via text and voice. But since that time, Discord has blown up big time. But at the same time, they still got to become profitable, because according to this article, they're still not profitable, even though they have cash lying around. So they're introducing something called sponsored quests, right? Sponsored quests. And what these are, according to this article, are in-game rewards that people can get for getting friends to watch a stream of them playing a game through Discord. That's what they're calling it, sponsored quests. And they kind of look like this. You pretty much will launch this quest. People on your Discord will see it. I don't know how that will look. They will be able to see it. They'll be able to join your stream and watch you play the game. And you and or them can get in-game items for doing said thing. Now, they did a test for this a while ago, and I didn't even know it was called Sponsor Quest at the time, but they did the test with Fortnite, because they approached me with it. That if you stream yourself playing Fortnite, people could get in-game items, Star Wars themed items, for just streaming Fortnite for at least 15 minutes. And I didn't do it because I'm not a big Fortnite guy, but still, it was something that was really interesting that they tried. But anyway, this is something that's kind of walking a tightrope, and I think the article even mentions the word tightrope. It's a really fine line to walk, because while this doesn't seem like it's stepping over the line currently in its current form, it's opening the door for potential things that will step over the line. Let's say here, users may still see quests, however, if they navigate to the gift inventory and or through contextual entry points like a user's friends activity. They'll also have the option to hide an in-app promotion for the specific quests or game they're not interested in. So you can kind of opt out of this, which is good, but still, slippery slope, man. Slippery slope. So beyond sponsored quests, they're also going to be doing something else, and this is where that slippery slope kind of kicks in. They previously announced that they will start selling sponsored profile effects and avatar decorations. So imagine having a Fortnite themed banner or profile and get paid for it. So, you know, it's a slippery slope. Either way, Discord is going to have to find a way to become profitable, because they have been relying on VC funds and investments. They raised over $1 billion in funding, and are reported to have over $700 million in cash, but they still are not profitable. And they had to lay off 17% of their staff in January. So just like a lot of other sites out there that we know and love and use, they're fun to use and they're nice and everything. But at the same time, these companies have to find a road to profitability. Otherwise, they're doomed to not succeed, or I like to call doomed to fail. Check the story out over on arstechnica.com. You know what it is, arstechnica.com. They got the details. Discord is starting to do ads. Let's hope it doesn't go down that path of ridiculousness. Check it out. Let's talk about Ubisoft and another round of layoffs. But this one's actually not too bad. This story comes by way of GameIndustry.biz. Ubisoft has been hit with another wave of layoffs. This is a reorg that happened in the global publishing and Asia Pacific divisions. Ubisoft has announced another round of layoffs with 45 staff affected across its global publishing and Asia Pacific teams. Some PR speak incoming. You have been warned. We are furthering reorganizing our global publishing central and APAC structures to adapt them to the market evolution with a more efficient and agile approach. These are not decisions taken lightly, and we are providing comprehensive support for our impacted colleagues. We also want to share our utmost gratitude and respect for their many contributions to the company. PR speak over. So yeah, they're just tightening the belt, getting rid of some redundant roles. Last November, they laid off 124 across its visual effects and IT division, and 60 people were made redundant in May. So this is like approaching 200 now. Getting close to 200 people laid off in the last few months. So at least it's starting to die off a little bit. I mean, for a while we were hearing about layoffs all throughout like January, February, and March. That was Q1. But now we're kind of getting into Q2. Well, calendar Q2. And maybe it'll start slowing down now. Maybe the layoffs will start slowing down, and maybe companies will start making stuff again, start making money. Anyway, check it out over on GameIndustry.biz. Ubisoft laid off some more people. It was only 45 this time across their Asia Pacific and global publishing. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. That's right. Helldivers 2 is getting a patch. Right after I complained, this story comes by Rock Paper Shotgun. They got the details. This is patch 0.9.6.4. something. The number's not important. Just know it's the latest patch from April 2nd. Helldivers 2 latest patch adds blizzards, sandstorms, and rebalances bunker and personnel missions. As such, developers have gone and added a new planetary hazards in the form of blizzards and sandstorms. This is on top of the tremors, the ion storms, the fire hurricanes that they added. These are actually something I actually like. I like these planetary things. Every time they happen, I get annoyed in a good way. I'm like, oh man, tremors. I'm like fighting a Bile Titan. I'm like, oh no, tremors. Oh no, whatever am I gonna do? Dead. So, and then I giggle. Man, those tremors sure are something. It would be nice if Kevin Bacon were to show up. But he never does. Yeah, blizzards and sandstorms are going to be added to this. I imagine the blizzards are going to make things colder. I don't know about sandstorms making anything hotter. Maybe just visibility, because we already got some heat stuff with the fire tornadoes. Patch 1.000.200 has tweaks. Notable amongst these are balances changes to the mission type, retrieve essential personnel, which now sounds more manageable. This is the one I was complaining about yesterday, where you have to rescue the scientists in a small area. You know how you do the exterminate missions where you rescue, not rescue, the small exterminate missions where the mission area is small. Imagine that, but you've got to rescue scientists. So what was happening was we were trying to rescue scientists while being attacked by 500 different giant elite robots. It wouldn't happen. It wasn't happening. You put down a turret, they would instantly destroy it. And you would basically just run around and hope you don't run out of respawns to win these matches. And it felt impossible. It really felt impossible. I know it wasn't, but it felt impossible. So I had to get good on that. So they've nerfed that. Enemy spawn points have been placed further away from the objective to give players a fairer chance of defending the location. Exactly the problem I was going through. It was like they would spawn right on top of you, so you couldn't establish a foothold to defend. Fewer civilians are needed to beat the missions on higher difficulties. I think on difficulty 7, you had to rescue 50. So they've reduced that. They've also nerfed they've buffed the destroy command bunkers mission because they thought it was too easy. A bunch of other things that they did. The negative effect of operation modifiers that increase stratagem cooldowns and calling times has been nerfed as well. That one was cruel. The first time I did that, I felt like it was I felt like it was really, really just unfair, because it would take like an additional 10 to 15 seconds for stratagems to come down. And at the same time, when I was doing them, we had one less stratagem on top of that. And it felt too difficult. It was miserable. There's difficult and then there's miserable. So they're tweaking that as well. So check it out. Lots more changes in the patch notes that are listed on Steam. I'm going to be checking that out later tonight. and seeing how it improved things. Hopefully, it'll make this next major order a little bit easier to do. So they're taking some power away from Joel, but at the same time, some things have been made harder from the Helldiver standpoint. Check it out. Rock Paper Shotgun has the details. The patch notes are on Steam. And that concludes episode 149 of Game Chat with Bwana with some tech sprinkled in. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you click the subscribe button, like, comment, all that kind of good stuff. We do a couple of these every week. And if you miss any of these episodes, I do sprinkle the stories as individual videos as well. You may even catch some of those as shorts. I might be able to condense these down to shorts if I can find the time. But they come through as normal videos on my main YouTube channel at youtube.com/Bwana. So if you missed this episode, the stories will be reposted individually so you can check those out as well. And I appreciate it if you can like those too. We're coming up on episode 150. I have nothing planned, but we're going to celebrate as if we do. Thanks for watching. I'll see you